wanted to make like a book or something like what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever noticed, but like in the city, you might bump into certain things. Okay, come on, let me bring you over here to the wall.
Yeah.
Show you something. Show you something. Okay, and look at the wall, right?
Uh-huh.
And you might look at it in different angles. You might see that this is the eye, this is the mouth.
Yeah.
So that's the
that.
kind of art I was drawing. Just scrambling.
Yeah.
'Cause there's
A lot of things suck. Trump, 9/11, the death of Julius Caesar, but there's not much more that I hate than LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn so much. And it's not even that all my frustration lies within the website itself, like part of it does, but really it's more so the cesspool that's been injected into it. Now, what does that mean? I don't know how it was back in the day, but what I can tell you is that LinkedIn in the state that it's in now is catastrophic, and that's putting it lightly. Ghost jobs, easy apply, AI taking my resume and throwing it out, and most recently for me, jobs are asking me for my last 4 digits of my social security number on a digital application where my information is stored digitally on servers that are compromisable. You know, what could possibly go wrong except for, I don't know, fraud. I need the limbs of an octopus to count how many data breaches there have been of companies within the last year. And I get it, privacy's dead. Unless your name is Some Ordinary Gamers and you're rocking a setup that has Linux involved in some sort of fashion, your data's out there. Mine is too. But the last thing that I need right now is a case of credit card fraud. That might just be my 16th reason. When somebody tells me to just simply reach out to the recruiter of a job that I'm looking for on LinkedIn, it gives me the same kind of rage and infuriation I get from when a boomer tells me to go into a company with my resume and hand it over with a firm handshake. I mean, maybe 10 years ago it would have worked when LinkedIn wasn't just a corporate Facebook. And when my status of my job application relies on how many LinkedIn connections I have and how fleshed out my board is, it's no wonder that I don't get a call back. You know, maybe once in a blue moon, I'll get an email back from an application I sent in 4 months ago.
You look at it in all type of angles.
Yeah.
And you see art.
Yeah.
A face, a monster, a devil, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can find that throughout the whole city on cracks.
Oh, yeah.
On little things.
Yeah.
You stare at it long enough in a different angle, over here and that angle, and you might see it and be like, all right, pop. I was thinking about doing a book like that.
And despite the sheer number of applicants, even if there was only like 5 people applying, I'd still be cooked because with the amount of layoffs going on, senior level positions don't really exist. And so they're all taking up the entry level ones, which means I'm cooked. It feels like every day I'm getting a new email about a company doing mass layoffs. Most recently it was Sony, and I'm filming on a Sony, so isn't that ironic? God forbid you by chance submit to a larger corporation, because then starts the game of corporate politics. First, you have to make an account to submit your job application in the first place. Mind you, you're submitting to one specific entity, and you're making a whole new account that's gonna be difficult to get rid of after you get your application denied. And maybe you actually did apply to this company before, in which you have to remember your password for this one-off job application you did a year ago. And then if you don't remember your password, you have to jump through the hoops of forgetting your password, having the email be sent to you, retyping a new password, having it not be a close match or an exact match to your old password. It's a nightmare. Then, all these places also have this shitty website format that you just have to work with. Like when I'm putting in calendar dates, why is it opening to the day that I'm on, and then I can only go back every month? So you're telling me if I have internship experience from 2 years ago, I have to sit there and click it 24 times. Mind you, I have to wait for the month to switch over each time because the website's slow. It has to load that first month first. That, or if you try to fill out your qualifications automatically by submitting a resume which they'll probably be looking at anyway, it shuffles your bullet points around so much that it somehow thinks a task that you did is a different job. And that might be a problem individual to me, but let me know. It's like they hire people purposefully to make these websites bad.
Exactly. I got Sony headphones.
Yeah. You had it in? You had it in?
Yeah.
Right? Right? Yeah.
And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today. 'Cause you make me feel
Yeah, so
so
wish you
young.
luck on that though. I hope
You make me feel so
Mateo.
You make
I've had the opportunity to apply and get interviewed by some of the larger companies in the world, and at some point during the hiring process, they'll ask you for a preliminary interview. If a job that you're applying for is asking you to do a preliminary interview when you just submitted your application, I ask that you reconsider at least 3 times before proceeding with wasting your time. It better be damn worth it. Because for me, a lot of these companies are asking me to do projects that will take upwards of a week to complete just to have a chance at competing for a position that's paying 40 grand a year. I think that navigating a job search is the closest a woman would get to experiencing what Hinge is like for men. And that's not to mention what this Reddit user calls hustle porn. It's long taken over the feed of LinkedIn. Now, this might be specific to me, but all I see on my LinkedIn feed are posts of Eastern Europeans flexing their shitty AI short films that they think they are geniuses for putting together. Posts that my peers commented on, something along the lines of, wow, very cool. Or people that treat themselves like the third coming of Christ, where their LinkedIn posts are like gospel that details moments that make the team strong. If I wanted to read essays that were written as though they were by incels who were paying for Twitter Blue, I'd go to Twitter. Why does every fucking LinkedIn post double space their sentences? And also, why does every social media platform feel the need to sell a premium version of their experiences that don't really net you a return in any sort of fashion? And they always make it look glamorous. Like, sure, with LinkedIn, you'll get more profile views if you buy LinkedIn Premium, but I guarantee you there's more people than just me who go to the profiles of people with LinkedIn Premium to just see what a chump who pays for LinkedIn looks like. How different is the recruiter that sends you a DM on LinkedIn from the one that sends you a DM on Instagram that has a profile picture of a pretty woman?
I'm leaving today.
Yeah, turn heads, see, right? Hey,
I want
Because
to
nobody
be
plays that
a
kind of
part of
game.
it.
So I like
New
I like being different.
York, these vagabond shoes.
This next point applies to all social medias. It's just that this one stems from LinkedIn in particular for me. Why am I getting so many notifications? Why the hell did we begin to consider suggestions for me to look at as important things to get my attention through means of buzzing my phone? What demonic, psychotic, battery-licking piece of shit developed this idea? Because I swear to God, this concept is comparable to the idea of the atomic bomb. And all these notifications obviously being muddled up with pop-up bubbles of thought leaders sharing their valuable experience. The concept of LinkedIn influencers existing in the first place is just so dystopian. What do these people contribute to society? Like, sure, with a YouTuber, I get it. You could sit down and watch a YouTube video while you eat your lunch. What the actual fuck does a LinkedIn influencer contribute to society? And how do all these people look the exact same? They're always jacked, they have a beard, they're bald, 75% of the time at least, live in Dubai.
Somebody's birthday I know is today, man. I forgot to go over there. But I gotta go home first. I'm gonna have to go all the way to the Bronx. That's what I'm talking about. It's New York, boy. The city never sleeps.
If there is one lesson that you pick up from this, it's that if you do have a job right now, and I mean literally any sort of job that's giving you a paycheck, I say be grateful. I know it sucks. It sucks for quite literally everybody, but I know so many people who are just unemployed. You don't have to have one of those big boy office jobs that pays you 6 figures with a title that holds little to no meaning, such as creative market director strategist. Look, the world as it stands is just set up for failure right now. And I know that sucks, but fingers crossed, the AI bubble fucking pops. And then we'll go from there. We've hit new lows every week, every day, honestly, and it has to get better at some point. So, that's all. Thanks for watching.
With song,
But let me say this though.
sing
I can see
forevermore.
you ain't taking the freedom for granted.
You
flying everywhere.
all I